Hey, what's up everyone? Chris Orm's the name, Smart Home is the game. Today, I want to tell you about what's next for Apple's 2026 smart home strategy, what the rumors are telling us, what the leaks are telling us, and why 2026 is going to be a real turning point for the Apple smart home experience. Stay tuned. What's next for Apple in 2026? Over the past several years, Apple's smart home platform really has not evolved much. When it had its original release, there was great features. There were cool features, and it was kind of new and revolutionary for the overall smart home experience. But not much has changed. We still have 1080p video, and we still are missing very crucial points of the Apple Home ecosystem, like advanced home automation. So, what are we expecting to do about it? What's 2026 gonna bring, and how are we gonna catch up to the competitors and the professional market here? This video will find out just that. Stay tuned. According to the rumors, Apple is looking to redefine the 2026 smart home category. Let's see what that's going to mean for the smart home in 2026. If the rumors are true, that means Apple transforms from some gadgets that work together into a unified smart home ecosystem. Section 2, the rumored Home Hub Smart Display. At the center of this shift is what's being called the Home Hub, or the Smart Home Display Hub. Essentially, a dedicated device meant to be your command center of your smart home. Here's what we know about it rumor-wise. The device is reportedly about a 7-inch display, and that's about an iPad size for those wondering, or 2 iPhones put side by side. We also know there are at least 2 variants being worked on. One that's wall mountable and one that's speaker based. Think display with a HomePod-like base on a counter or tabletop. The interface is expected to emphasize widgets and Apple's core apps like the calendar, notes, music, reminders, and so on, making it more than a shared household device rather than a personal gadget. It will also support music playback, video calls, smart home control, like lights, locks, and more, possibly presence detection, and importantly, this won't necessarily run a full app store with a third party, but will instead run core apps like widgets and maybe possible other ones. Let's talk about why Apple fell behind and why the delay is here. What's holding Apple back? It's not all smooth sailing. The Hub has reportedly been delayed multiple times. You've heard us report about it multiple times on the channel before. It was initially expected as early as 2025. Now, it's 2026 is the likely launch year, and the reasons? Key among them, the upgraded version of Siri, or more precisely, what Apple is calling Apple Intelligence. App Intense isn't ready quite yet. The Smart Home Hub depends on Siri's heavily ability to manage device, respond to natural language commands, and integrate tasks across many apps. As one report puts it, Apple appears to be delaying launch until Siri is fully stable and works flawlessly. Because if Siri under-delivers, the Hub won't deliver on its promise. And with that being said, internal testing is reportedly underway amongst Apple staff. Section 4, the larger strategy. Not just a Hub, but a full ecosystem. The Hub is only one piece of Apple's plan, according to recent smart home reporting. Apple is prepping additional smart home products in 2026, including security products like cameras. The idea is to shift from audio only, like the HomePod or HomePod Mini, to visual and intelligent, adding in these automation controls, combining display, voice, automation, and connectivity. This move could make Apple's ecosystem more competitive with Amazon, Google, and other players in the smart home hub and device manufacturing category. If Apple plays its cards right, 2026 could be the moment when Apple Home becomes a meaningful contender in the smart home market. Not just a name, but an in-real, integrated, functionality, smart home controlled device. Section 5, what it means for users and why it matters for you. So, as a user, what should you care about? A dedicated Apple Smart Home Hub means one central device to control lights, locks, thermostats, cameras, musics, reminders, and more, all in one place without switching between multiple apps. It's also going to be shared household friendly because the Hub's interface is designed as a shared, always-on command center. It's ideal for families, roommates, multi-user homes, not just a single Apple user or their gadget. It's also going to bring more privacy and integration because we know Apple's preferences for local control versus cloud-only control. This could mean better privacy compared with other smart home ecosystems. I'm looking at you, Amazon, and especially if the Hub and the future devices lean on local processing. Forward-looking smart home ecosystem, if Apple follows up with cameras, security devices, and automations, you might as well be able to build a full-on cohesive Apple smart home ecosystem. Section 6, risks and what could go wrong. That said, this is all just rumors. There are still some potential pitfalls. There's the delay risk. Siri's readiness is a huge dependency, and if Apple runs into further software problems, the Hub could become delayed again, or launch in a limited state, just like Apple Intelligence and Siri is now. Limited third-party app support could also be a limitation. Rumors suggest that third-party apps might not be supported, only widgets, and that could limit flexibility for more open systems from their competitors. Now let's talk price and value, because there's some reports that the hub might cost around $350, which is more than competing smart displays, but I think the value is there. Apple's ecosystem lock-in, to get the full benefit, users may need to commit fully to the Apple ecosystem, which may not appeal to everyone. I think Apple's gonna take full advantage of people already in the Apple ecosystem. People in the ecosystem are gonna lock in to get the full benefit, and other users may need to fully commit to get the full benefit. But if you're not fully in, I think Matter may be an exceptional exception to the rule. Here's what I would keep an eye on if I was you in 2026. There's gonna be the announcement of the Home Hub that we just talked about. It's gonna be a piece of hardware with a display, and I think it's gonna be really awesome. And I think it's gonna have integration with Siri plus Apple Intelligence. If things line up, 2026 could give us the year that Apple finally gives us the smart home ecosystem that feels cohesive and powerful, not just a collection of scattered devices. And that's why I'm calling this the turning point for Apple Home. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, because 2026 could get wild, and drop a comment what you would want to see in the latest release of Apple Home and what new features they could bring. If you want to book a remote tech support call, we are always available. Check us out at www.chrisorm.com. I really appreciate you watching this video, and we'll go ahead and see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.